Sometimes life doesn't destroy us with failure. It destroys us with success. This is the story of Arjun Malhotra, a boy who grew up in the narrow streets of Old Delhi, staring at glass towers in the distance and whispering to himself, "One day, I'll live up there." His father was an accountant, honest, tired, and poor. Every month was a war between rent, bills, and hope. Arjun still remembered that night when his father told his mother, "Honesty feeds the soul, but not the stomach." That sentence became Arjun's gospel. He decided, "I'll never be poor." Whatever it takes, college taught him business, but the streets taught him power. He learned how to sell dreams, bend rules, and charm people with half-truths. He saw how systems worked and how people who broke them ruled them. He took the second path. By 30, Arjun was a millionaire. Contracts, politicians, influencers, all in his contact list. They called him Kubra of contracts, the modern god of wealth. But every night, when the city slept, Arjun stood by his glass window with a glass of whiskey and a silence he couldn't drown. He had everything, yet nothing. The emptiness wasn't outside, it was inside. It whispered, "You traded your soul for applause." And deep down, he knew it was right. One night, his car stopped by the Yamuna River. The water was dark, still, and endless, like his mind. He looked at his reflection and saw his father's face. He thought of his childhood dreams, freedom, respect, happiness. He had achieved everything, except peace. Every sound in his house, the air conditioner, the ticking clock, his own heartbeat, felt too loud. Then, one of his old friends visited, Raghav, a college buddy who now ran an education nonprofit. When Raghav saw Arjun's mansion, he laughed softly. "So, you finally became a god?" Arjun smirked. "A god? Maybe just a modern Kubera." Raghav looked at him, serious now. Kubera was rich, yes, but legend says he could never sleep in peace. He owned the world, but not himself. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. Every sound in his house felt like a drum beat reminding him of what he had lost. A week later, he stood before the press. Flashes went off. Microphones pointed at him. He said only one line. "I tried to fight the system, but I became it. Today, I choose to walk away." The city roared. Some called him a traitor, others a saint. But for the first time, Arjun didn't care. He felt light. He sold everything. The company, the mansion, the cars. Then, he disappeared. Months later, a journalist tracked him down in the mountains of Uttarakhand, teaching children in a small village school. The man who once built skyscrapers was now drawing shapes on a chalkboard. When a little boy asked him, "Sir, what did you do before this?" Arjun smiled. "I used to pretend I was God. Now I'm learning to be human." He found joy in small things again. The laughter of kids, the smell of rain, the sound of his own breathing. Years passed. One day, a journalist from New York came to film a documentary on the fall of the billionaire. She asked, "Do you regret leaving it all behind?" Arjun looked at the mountains and said, "Regret is for what you lose. I didn't lose anything. I just stopped holding on to things that weren't mine." He continued, "Sometimes life makes you Kubra, so you can learn what real wealth isn't. I thought money was freedom, but true freedom began the day I let it go." He quoted something he once read by Albert Camus, "The meaning of life is not to be found, but to be lived." The documentary went viral. People called him the monk of Wall Street, but Arjun never watched it. He had stopped needing the world's approval long ago. He spent his last years writing, teaching, and smiling at the sunrise. And when his final day came, He lay quietly under the same sky that once looked unreachable from the streets of Delhi. Someone asked softly, "Sir, any last words?" He smiled. "I'm not empty anymore. I'm whole." Every one of us has a bit of Arjun in us. The child who dreams of power, the adult who forgets the dream's cost, and the soul that one day wants to come home. The world will tell you to chase success, but success is only real when it leaves space for peace. Ask yourself, are you building a life or just building walls around your emptiness? Because in the end, wealth isn't what you hold in your hands. It's what you can live without.